Hey everyone. So this week for the newsletter, I'm going to talk about milling corn, and I'm also going to show you what I tend to do over and over again with my root vegetables in the kitchen. First up is corn though. So this is one of the milling corns I grew this year. It's called a flint corn, and it's a really tasty one that I decided to grow because of its reputation for flavor. And I've been using it in polenta and corn porridge, in cornbread, corn muffins, that sort of thing. It's been really nice. So I'm just going to show you one way that we can shell it in a hurry on the farm. Not quite as fast as the larger motorized sheller that I have for when I'm doing large batches of corn, but when I'm in a hurry just to shell a few ears for the kitchen, this is what I use. So corn can be shelled just with your hands, but after you do a few ears, it starts to hurt your skin a little bit just from all of the friction. This guy, when it's working really well, is pretty fast, and so the corn is going to go in there, and if it works really well, the cob without kernels will come straight out of there. This is actually a fairly new tool for me, so I'm still getting to know it and how to set it properly. But the last ear that I tried did really well to give me that corn down there, so we'll see what happens. And there we go. There's the ear. Isn't that cool? Whoa! What I want to do is perhaps offer some corn milled for customers this week. The reason I don't offer it in larger quantities is because my one kind of entry-level countertop mill is really slow to mill corn, and requires me to be feeding the corn in at a constantly. So I'll probably offer about 10 portions that way, because I would really love for some of you to start trying it. I am enjoying the corn so much in my own cooking. One notable thing is that once you make this corn into corn flour or cornmeal or whatever, you need to store it in the freezer if you're not using it right away. Unlike the stuff you would buy in the store, this has the whole corn kernel in it. The stuff in the store typically has parts like the germ removed to increase shelf life, which is awesome, but it also reduces flavor and nutrition. So keep that in mind. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I roast veggies all year long. It's really quick and very forgiving, so I'm going to talk as I go about all the different kind of variables that you can consider as you do it. But you definitely don't need a recipe for this. Here goes. This is very strange. Okay, so take your cookie sheet, cover it in aluminum foil or parchment paper, sprinkle some olive oil on. Not too much, you just want to get a little bit on the pan there, and there I'm going to grab a little brush, spread it around. You can use brand new aluminum foil if you like. That's Diamond Crystal Kosher salt, which is not as salty as other salts, which is why you're seeing me use so much. So now your pan's set up. I don't peel my vegetables. I just get them down to about anywhere from 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch thick with my cutting. Don't peel them. I just top and tip them. You can see there what I'm doing with the beet. And I'm also going to pick up one of my tiny little squash in a second, just to illustrate that I do all kinds of vegetables at the same time. Again, I drizzle on some olive oil, and I'll grab the brush in just a sec and lather everything up. And then I'm going to do another dose of salt. I don't do any other seasonings because I can always add those after. So usually I'm just making sure everything has a good coating of salt. It's really not... Okay, that's a lot of salt. I like salty vegetables, I suppose. I've got an oven that is very forgiving. It go anywhere from 350 to 425. I usually go around 400, pop it in. And I set my timer generally for an hour, although these I pulled out at 45 minutes. They're nice and soft, and the other side of a lot of them has got like some nice caramelization that you'll see. And then generally I just pop these in the fridge in a Tupperware, and we eat them all week in salads, on their own as snacks, like wherever we can find room for them. And they're really nice and a great way to make sure you're eating lots of vegetables.